So in gradually varied flow, I'm asked you to find out what exactly the variations with respect to the slope of energy line, or I'm asked you to find out with respect to the bed slope of the channel, or maybe the discharge. Andre, gradually varied flow, it is nothing but there will be of changing the length when the flow it is going to be changed. Andre, non-uniform flow andre ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. There will be of changing the depth of the flow, or it may be the velocity or the discharge. It may be for the longer distance of the channel. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಚಾನಲ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಗ್ರಾಜುಯಲಿ ವೇರಿಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯಲಿ ವೇರಿಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೈನ್, ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೆಡ್ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಚಾನಲ್. ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ there is an equation from the gradually varied flow how we can find out with respect to the velocity, or it may be with respect to the depth of the flow, or it may be with respect to the bottom slope of the channel from the datum line. So here we can see that there is a derivation which has been proved that for the gradually varied flow, dH by dx is equal to ib minus ie by 1 minus v square by gh. So that is the equation. dH by dx anta andre h is nothing but the depth of the flow. X represents it is the distance from the datum line. So here dH by dx represents it is the change in depth of the flow from the datum line. So we have to prove that what is the gradually varied flow ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಡೇಟಮ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಏನ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪ್ರೂವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ E is equal to h plus v square by 2g plus z. So E anta andre it is about the specific energy. So if we are considering with respect to total energy line, we know that E is equal to h plus v square by 2g plus z. E represents the energy and h represents the potential head, or we can say the pressure head. P by rho g is nothing but h. We know P is equal to rho g h. If you want to find out h, it is P by rho g. So here h represents the potential head or the pressure head. Then v square by 2g represents the kinetic head, or we can say velocity head, and z represents datum head. Andre ಒಂದು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೈನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಹೆಡ್, ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೇಟಮ್ ಹೆಡ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ತ್ರೀ concludes it is the total energy line. So from the total energy line we are proving that when there will be a change in depth of the flow with respect to the datum level, what will be the equation. So what you are having the total energy line, we can see here E is equal to h plus v square by 2g plus z. If you differentiate the energy line with respect to x, because x is nothing but from the datum line, we don't know how long it may be changed. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ gradually varied flow ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there will be a changing in the flow, but we don't know at what exactly the distance it is going to be changed. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಹೋಗಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ನ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. ಗ್ರಾಜುಯಲ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹೌ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಟು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ದಟ್ we have to find out what is the equation. That's why we'll take that will be as x because it is unknown. So dE by dx will be equal to dH by dx plus differentiation of v square by 2g by dx plus dz by dx. This is the equation. Now what you are having dE by dx, dH by dx plus d of v square by 2g by dx plus dz by dx. You ನೋಡಬಹುದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ dH by dx ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ dz by dx ಇದೆ. But here the kinetic head it is v square by 2g. And we know that just split that in terms of one equation. So differentiation of v square by 2g by dx. So v represents the velocity. So if it is v square by 2g, that represents velocity head. V na ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀಬಹುದು? We can find out the discharge from the continuity equation. Q is equal to A into V. If you want to find out what is V, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏರಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ? ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಏರಿಯಾ. So here we can substitute in terms of discharge by area, that is v square can be written as q square by a square. So differentiation of v square will be q square by a square into 2g by dx. So again differentiation of q square by v square h square into 2g. But with respect to x na differentiate ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ parameters ನ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. Here it is q square, v square, h square and 2g, but there is no x. But we can substitute in terms of height. That's why you can see here differentiation of q square by 2g b square h square by dh into dh by dx. ಈಗ ಬರಿಬೋದಲ್ವಾ? Because we can see here in the numerator it is dh, in the denominator is dh, both the dh will get cancelled, again you get the same equation. So now if you differentiate with respect to h, we can see this equation will be having h square. So now if you differentiate that, we can take the remaining part, q square by b square into 2g into h. Then if you differentiate dh by dx, you'll get minus 2 by h cube. Then again you can see here, numerator here it is 2 and denominator it is 2. So numerator and denominator will get cancelled. Then the remaining part is dh into dh by dx into minus will go this side, minus q square by b square into g into h square into h. So what you are having this part, minus q square by b square g into h square into h. So that can be written here, minus dh by dx will be as minus v square by gh. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, q square by b square into h square. b square into h square can be written as ಏನಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, q square by b square into h square. What you have substituted, q square by a square. So what is q square by a square? It is v square. So here dh by dx will be as minus v square by gh. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು differentiation v square by 2g ನ differentiate ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ in terms of discharge and area equation, at the end you'll get dh by dx into minus v square by gh. So now we can substitute again from the first equation, d by dx is equal to dh by dx plus differentiation of v square by 2g into d by dx plus dz by dx. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ, d by dx is equal to dz by dx as same plus dh by dx that, then again this will be minus dh by dx into v square by gh. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು ಈ equation ಅಲ್ಲಿ dz by dx ಇದೆ plus dh by dx dh by dx. So there are two common things, so we can make that will be as common factor. Then d by dx will be equal to dz by dx plus dh by dx into 1 minus of v square by gh. It is nothing but dh by dx will be taken as common. Then d by dx, and we can see here this is the equation. d by dx anta andre it is about the slope of energy line, that can be written as minus ie. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕೂಡ dz by dx, z ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, it is about the datum line or the datum head. If you are considering from the datum line the datum head, that can be written as minus ib. It is nothing but the bed slope. So now we can just substitute d by dx will be as minus ie and dz by dx as minus ib. Then again the equation, d by dx as minus ie is equal to dz by dx as minus ib plus dh by dx into 1 minus v square by gh. Then you can send minus ib to the other side. So here minus will become plus, ib minus ie is equal to dh by dx into 1 minus v square by gh. So now we can find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು what is dh by dx. Now that's why here we have make it in terms of dh by dx format. So dh by dx is equal to ಇದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So ib minus ie divided by 1 minus of v square by gh. So this is the final equation for gradually varied flow. That is dh by dx is equal to ib minus ie by 1 minus v square by gh. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ once they ask you to find out what is the slope of energy line, the variation of slope of energy line from the datum line, ಆಗ ನಾವು dh by dx ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. But you should know what is ib, ie as well as velocity and the depth of the flow. Otherwise they will give you other data and they ask you to find out what will be the velocity. So we can use this equation for gradually varied flow to find out what will be the change in depth of the flow from the datum line. So what are you getting the final equation? dh by dx is equal to ib minus ie by 1 minus v square by gh. And after all this the equation, there are three important assumptions to be remembered. ಏನದ assumptions ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು dh by dx will be having some values with respect to the parameters. So when dh by dx is equal to 0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ dh ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಂದು change in depth with respect to the datum line. So when you get dh by dx is equal to 0 when the depth of the flow is constant, ಅಂದ್ರೆ datum line ಇಂದ ಆ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ dh by dx is equal to 0. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ dh by dx will be is greater than 0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ dh by dx ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ if it is increases with respect to the direction of the flow with respect to the profile, we'll call that will be as backwater curve. ಅದನ್ನ backwater curve ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. When the dh by dx is less than 0 ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ it is minus, that indicates it is drop down curve. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು drop down curve ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. If you are getting positive when dh by dx is getting more than 0, it is positive and it is nothing but when it is greater than 0 we'll call that will be as backwater curve, and if you are getting less than 0 we'll call that will be as drop down curve. So ಅದನ್ನ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So one is the backwater curve, other one is the drop water curve. So these are all the three assumptions should be remembered while studying in the gradually varied flow.